out with some pretty cool people and some pretty cool things happening. Hell, next year I might be working for giants. Nah.
You know what's the funniest part? Is the stream started basically right as soon as you talked about hanging out with cool working for giants. Hey everybody! Welcome Mondo, Twisted Gaming, and Alex. What's up?
Is okay with just the two of you, or do you need hands?
I guess he needs a little help because I think he's, in my visual, he's going up a road that's already been done.
It's not all the way through. I didn't make it all the way through. I had to back up out of the field this way.
Gotcha.
Rockhound coming? Did he say?
You know what? He told me he's addicted to ATS. Sent me a picture of a truck earlier. He said his first truck. So he might be stuck up running loads.
If I had a wheel, that game probably would be fun, but it's hard to play with a keyboard.
Yeah, I could.
I haven't done many runs.
Hey,
It's
Will,
fun.
what's up?
It's relaxing to me.
Yeah, you just get on the road and just. It's good for a little short burst. And it gets repetitive. Load after load. Run enough loads and it's,
There you go.
I hauled this load to this same place.
And if you ever need to cut it off real quick, Silver, just hit B. It turns off the pickup. That way you don't have to like raise it or back away. I learned that the hard way a couple times.
So guys, it is raining on the server.
Behind this badly placed manure buy point. That's my fault.
I guess this crone doesn't have working wipers.
It was a little tied.
This
Should be able to get in there.
This crone doesn't have working wipers. Disappointment being a Giants mod.
I was going to say, it'd be easier just to switch.
And then if you want to sell it, Silver, you can go down next to the cow shed. There's a sell point right there.
Yeah, so.
You guys, it's
Yeah,
about
that's
to turn daytime in about
Found my way
5
back
to
down
10
there.
minutes. Be dark for long.
I turn right here, right? Go off the hill.
Yeah, turn right.
Hey James, what's up?
If there's a special tractor you want, get the N1050, but farm hand pick his tractor. You get the money.
I'll have to introduce him to Truckers and Pete.
You can rock down.
Yeah. Multiplayer makes it totally different. James, I don't think it's a bug. We were able to do this in 17. Alright, at 9 o'clock I'm going to jump over to BJ and sell silage. 6.
Put you a big pile over there.
Other than the fact I think your field would become a muddy mess. I don't think it's I don't know how unrealistic that is.
Yeah, so just so you know, I can't put animals in other players' pens, but Pistol could take my trailer once I put the animals in it and put it in his pen.
So then this happens.
You
Can't see a dang thing.
You went way far down the hill.
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting there looking at the map, getting familiar with the map.
Oh
I
yeah.
figured that. So if I'd have made a right, it's that 4-way crossing. Come off that hill.
So for the people at home, if you ever want to sell animals to each other, just put them in the trailer and let your friend take the trailer.
Of course, when you want to do something quick, you can't see. Doesn't work.
Or I guess they could bring their trailer, you load the trailer, and they can take it off.
Either way, I'd say it would work either way. I think because once it gets in the trailer, it's a fill type.
Annoying.
And stop raining.
As. Indeed. Now the only thing we don't need to see is rain come up in the forecast. It's coming up.
I might just quit it.
I fail.
Just leave the vehicles running and walk away.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in a loop. Of course, we want to sell silage as quick as we can because we're at 120 speed now.
We have glitches.
At 1x speed, it takes forever to chew through 50,000 liters. Like an hour or something. Jumping in and out every so often, but 120 basically sell endless loads of silage. Hey, Sin Nuke, what's up? It's filling.
Careful driving through town. Light poles have collisions on them.
Stuck.
Don't ask me how I know.
Oh, cool. You meant these real windmills, not those. I'm so tired of seeing wooden crap from Sweden windmills.
No, I'm talking about the big wind turbines.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty cool. I was afraid it was them other ones. I forgot these were even in the game. It was cute in Bjornholm, I guess they call it, but I don't want to ever see them again. Heck, they even made it to South Mountain.
I think it's a placeable too. Isn't it?
I'm telling you, I'm doing manhole cover. I'm gonna make it look like a freaking cord.
You'll have 600,000 downloads.
Yeah, I'm gonna sweat at the Giants.
You
That's
should
good.
do it.
Aim to claim.
You should do it for the mod contest, Aaron.
Keep
I'll do. I'll just do a pillar that you can sit your garden on.
Can you make it a farmhouse trigger? Maybe on the cover put FS19 sewage here. Something maybe have some hidden meaning.
Oh yeah, I could get that cartoon dude that's peeing on something, and I'll put Ravenport under the urine.
All right, well, that's about all the silage I can sell for now.
So Silver, if you pull up the map and hit X to pull up the buy fields area, ours are the yellow ones.
All right, back to work. Hey Murphy, Wrestling Wisconsin,
Already
concerned
except
buyer,
for
what's up?
three that I filled in.
Okay, they're all great.
Yeah, everything's grass. So, I'd say make hay. I think we've got a silage over there. It's like 400,000 liters. We'll make
Hey Billy, what's up?
3 million.
You know how I said I was putting that computer together for the oldest? I had a
Yep.
concerned 10 minutes to say. Turned it on. Didn't get anything out of the monitor. What's going on? Started doing some troubleshooting. And it turns out that I had a monitor on the wrong input. Expecting it to auto switch. Oh, we can go over there and check out that that fox now that's over there in the
Little
field.
pucker mode. Yeah.
No, it's more like, what the heck is going? They just effective board when I did an RMA on the other one. I've had that board in storage for like.
Tell you what, are those compressed all the way? So
That winter's very
just finish those off and cover them.
Over here and check out this wildlife.
Should be enough for a while.
Of course, this used to be a forest.
So you just want
Fox,
to compact what we got, or you want to add anything to it?
rabbit. Here's that rabbit
'cause
we could see
really-
the other
We
time.
go through hay more than anything.
That rabbit
So,
floats.
I think between those two, it's like 400,000 liters, which will get us pretty far.
Paging Steve Irvin. Paging Steve Irvin. Please get back in your harvest.
I wanted to go check out some wildlife.
Hey,
Bees.
did you see the greenhouses up on the hill?
I saw your video. Must have terraformed and forced all the animals to stay.
Yeah, they stayed in their original position.
Oh, you filled them up on this map? How many million did it take? We're kind of thinking it's four or five or six, I think. Thinking it's like 5 or 6. That's 3 loads.
How much digestate you got down there, Clone? Maxed out yet?
Yeah, it's max 800,000. Can't sell it. I can't do nothing with it. Like you can just
Yeah, you can't.
have people use it.
Because I have slurry up here and I can sell it at this universal point. It's not much. Like I just got $700 for 20,000 liters. Something like
Get $1 for every 1,000 liters.
800,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh no. Yeah,
80,000.
80,000. Sorry.
Still
Thought
a
you said
lot
$1 for.
for a free byproduct. 3 million to the top. Well, yours must be smaller than mine. That one I got has 2 million in it. I'm nowhere as close to the front.
I'm going to tip my truck over. There's a couple of jumps on these roads.
See if we can see where the conveyor belt is on that one bunker, because we had 2 million in there. Yeah. Oh, Ravenport, okay. I don't know how many million we got in the Ravenport bunker when we did that on Knight's edit. There you can see where the conveyor belt is. Can't see the silage pile, but there's the conveyor belt. Like a third of the way up.
Yeah, what I was thinking, Silver, is if we can, like every time we get 100, we'll just let the Angus grow. Sell a load every now and then, but we can add dairy cows too if you want.
So it's the Angus are what's here, right?
Yep, that's what's over there.
Go.
Spillage.
Oh, I can imagine it would.
I can't get scraped up.
Imagine it would take a while. We're going to see over here in a little bit what happens when you try to set a GPS course in the middle of the night with not a lot of light. Let's just say it's not very straight. Well, it's straight. It's just not very square.
Alright, this one's ready.
I always forget I get stuck in there when I cover it.
Particular place you store your implements.
Cover a bunker.
Yeah.
What? There's no way Darren covered that bunker by accident.
I just put that blade right there next to the. I'll be right back.
No problem. No problem, Jason. Not a big deal at all. So far, since we're right here by the BGA, Darren's able to keep up. By the time he gets a load unloaded, I have a load ready to go.
Sorry, my little one fell out of bed.
Oh no!
My 9-year-old. He's okay. Okay, yeah, Silver. I just put that blade somewhere around here, and then the tractor I usually
Schaefer.
keep up at the other area.
What's up? Well, Twisted, it starts by joining the Discord. We've got a couple multiplayer servers over there. We've got a community multiplayer server, which is pretty much open to anyone in the Discord.
You have the power at the shop. Buy you whatever tractor you want.
The
Or you can use that one. Better than me.
the map we're on here
If there's
is
something fancy you want, go for it.
I would say
It's your payment.
semi-open. From the standpoint of the fact that we all have individual
That's
farms,
about all I can offer. There's no benefits, no 401k.
and since we all have
You get a
individual farms, new folks kind of need to coordinate with whichever farm that they're going to be joining, or they're basically going to need to look for who's looking for to take on help.
There where you were mixing, there's should be the tedder, the windrower, and the loading wagon. All that stuff's up there in the shed.
I'll get a link here in a moment. Oops. All right, we got that. That. Here you go. Like I said, we've got a community one. It's pretty much open to anybody that's in the channel or in the Discord. Then we've got two other ones that are a little bit more focused on individual farms. So joining those, I would say, would be contingent on basically lining up help with an established farm that's already on there. You can see my not so straight path across the field. I think that was load 4. Load 5. Hey, JP4, what's up? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Been a little busy the last 2 days. Working on getting a computer built for our oldest daughter. It's about time she grow up and stop using a Chromebook for everything. The last few nights, it's pretty much been working on that. Then the last moment, coming down here and getting fired up into a stream.
Hey, so I was asking Stainless today, if you can mow wheat, right? And get straw?
Yep.
Do you get more straw than if you were to harvest it, or is it the same?
My guess is the yield is the same. Just don't get any grain out of it. And you can technically mow the straw, I think, any time after a couple of growth stages. Oh, when it's straw.
So we can make hay, or if you want to, you could. I'm sure mine might need a hand over there running silage.
Yeah, it's shopping right now.
Oh, gotcha. Decisions.
I'm down to tractor dealer right now.
Grass has got lots of money.
I know. I'm sitting here with a weak tractor that needs maintenance bad, and my boss hasn't said one word about go get some.
I run on small margins.
What'd you get? Ooh, big 7R.
Yeah, 7R.
Off 3 sitting at 900,000. After bought a big 7R.
No debt.
We're at 609,000. Probably an additional 600,000 is sitting in the bunker waiting to be sold.
I spent $700,000 filling the quarry.
Yeah, you still have $1 million.
So this fertilizer, it's a good business, man.
Concerned buyer, I have not used
Just
Follow Me
buying
much at
everybody's
all.
junk and
To be
selling
honest,
it back.
I have done very little single player play in probably the last month. Means I've used pretty much 0 course play, 0 Follow Me. I can almost say if you haven't seen it live on stream, then I probably haven't played.
Take a shortcut through the woods. buy the land. It's against the rules. I can't buy the land around the map. Just look at all the black grass.
I don't really have one. I deliberately try to use different
Somebody bought a
stuff.
weight still sitting down here at the.
Yeah, and then there's looks like the arms to that slurry
Yeah.
spreader.
Yeah, and a box of chicken eggs.
Click on the weight app menu. Says what?
Hey, this bunker leaks too. Ha!
Talking about that big lump of chaff off to the.
Oh, is that what you knocked off the top?
I'm gonna picked it back up. Hey, CV Kurt, what's up? As I was saying, I kind of deliberately try to use different vehicles and such on different maps.
Yeah, I'm going to have to spread them out.
Since Follow Me isn't multiplayer friendly, I haven't had a chance to use it much.
I'm gonna have to plant some wheat and just mow it, just for the straw.
Yeah, that's the cheapest way to get straw if you don't need the grain. Not able to buy enough anymore.
I mean, no. Between the cows and the fertilizer mixing and all that stuff, it goes pretty quick. I mean, when you're mixing 75,000 liters a time, and the cows take, let's see, I mean, 100 cows take 650,000 liters of TMR every 10 game day. What's that? 25% of that is 200,000 plus is just straw.
I think I saw there was an update to the Merlot map. I haven't been able to.
He's not farming.
I haven't been able to do my normal perusing of maps or of mod sites the last 2 days. But I think I saw that there was an update over on a rehoster. Didn't have a chance to go check, see if it was over at the other place or not. Yeah, I was thinking now that we're leading into May and summer is here, folks might be sparse time to time. Yeah. Now that farmall's mowed the grass once. Lots of grass cutting before winter comes. I've seen the Tri-6.
I was talking to Stainless, and if we do another MP setup, maybe even lengthening the growth time a little bit more.
Like 56, 72,
I don't know.
84, 96. Growth stage every week.
Yeah, that might take a little too long. Be a lot like seasons, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be like a 15-day season or a 24-day season with the current block in.
Especially if you start a new map, everything's going to be planted, so you don't, kind of starting in the middle of the year kind of deal.
Well, with my newfound console commands, I could make them all harvested, make them all cultivated.
Or you can make them all ready to harvest. And that's how you start.
Poplar. Map of sugarcane.
You would say something like that. So I was going to tell you, if you could do all kinds of stuff in multiplayer. You know me. My brain's always thinking this silly crap.
And Farmer Klein could sit there at his console and sing, "One is the loneliest." It's easy to be at anyone on the server with all that.
Make it poplar, then it basically everyone has to plow it under.
Everybody would get their fill of the Anderson DLC real quick. Then nobody would know whose bales are whose, and you can't trade them.
It's a good reason to have multicolored silage wrappers. Green bales are one farm, white bales are another farm.
You need a help down there, Klein? You guys good?
Oh, we're good for now. Just about. It's about time I get full. He's bringing me a load trailer to switch.
Any farther, and we're going to need help because my little tractor can barely get up the hill.
Hey, I got a brand new 7R. My boss is not a, he's got the money.
All right, how many horsepower is your 7R got?
I think it's 300 and something.
Yeah,
Darren's little
look.
tractor's at 425. This 50,000 liters of chaff is heavy.
It is heavy.
Yeah, it's 352.
That Challenger last night wasn't having no problem.
That was all flat, though, on Emerald Coast.
Shh.
So I'm pulling some of this manure out and putting it up in there. There's another silo up there. I don't know if you saw it. It's one of those maxi ones that have the internal black hole because it holds like 1.2 million of everything. But
Yeah, the
you only
tall one.
yeah, you can only put so much stuff on the ground. Maverick, are you having any lag, Klein?
No.
Maverick was just been having lag every time he gets on. He thinks it might be all the trees up there by Jerry's place. I told him I didn't know because I haven't had any.
Is this our mower sitting on the side of the road down here?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's ours.
Okay.
Have it. Yeah, that if you want to mow that field right there, 14, 15, we can hay it off.
All right, go trade your tractor in if you're gonna be all whining about it.
I'll loan him my brand new 7.
Oh, the shop's probably halfway up the map.
On the other side of the big mountain. Just don't pass out when you see what's sitting there for you. It got delivered just a moment ago. I mean, fathom though that my tractor you're trading in is probably only going to be worth 50. Ran it into everything. Well, it's the fill types. It's the realistic weights.
I'm not used to fields that you can see from one end of it to the
Makes
other.
everything heavy.
You've been playing that 4X community server.
Yeah.
You're like, this is easy.
I'm like, is this all this field? Is it right there?
Well, that's it. So I had a chance to Facebook, and I guess they give you channel recommendations or whatever it is. So I saw someone doing some Rocky Mountain 16X map at a group or something. Perusing that, and they showed a picture of the PDA. Had superimposed like Ravenport on it, and Ravenport was like just a little bit bigger than some of the fields right now.
So they had a whole map that was 2X.
Yeah, a whole map that was
Oh,
2X. That
oh.
was basically
And then just one big giant field.
Do we
Yeah,
get
no.
more money for actually putting a tractor in the trigger?
Yes.
yeah. You got time to run to the shop. Now look, you're gonna run over that stalker. Yeah, I guess I had an imaginary hope. This 16X map would have standard sized fields and just have 300 of them. So, like there was 40 or 50 fields. Most of them were, at their smallest, probably a third of the size of a standard 2X map.
It's just too big.
And its largest, probably double the size of it.
You know, Midwest Horizon, I think that's what they got right with the 4X, is they made fields that were manageable. I mean, there's some big giant ones too, but a lot of them are manageable.
Yeah, I spent too long in Google Earth trying to find it. Couldn't find the road intersections.
Oh.
Now, it's hard to say, Will. I know it's in testing. I saw a post that basically said there was no, they were not taking any any new testers on. Only current
Somebody
or
had to come
prior
simulate
testers
this
were
first.
going to be considered to test. They wanted testers to basically plow the fields to make sure they could all be plowed. There. Turn down here and start a running. Run. Guess we could square off where I started a GPS course. Didn't realize that it was crooked.
So one more load of fertilizer. How come start tedding?
Yeah, I put the tedder on the back of the tractor
Go.
sitting here with me.
Square this off.
This first map I've used that big M on. It's nice. Makes quick work of mowing.
Should you repair it before you sell it? You get more money? Is it worth it?
I don't think.
Thanks.
Probably not worth much, is it? Oh my gosh. 4,000.
Better than nothing. What'd you buy?
Surprise.
Well, it ain't green.
Surprise.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Is it the modded one?
Yeah, it's whatever we got on. So yeah,
It's got
Obviously.
the
obviously whatever we have
IC
on the
control.
server.
Open and close the doors on that one. So I was perusing the internet and I found on one of the rehosters. No, it was on Mod Hoster. I found one of the
Hey, Rocking Too Bass,
simulated
what's up?
diesel and pig food placeable. I think you put in canola and it puts out diesel and pig food.
Yeah, someone left a comment on a video I saw right before about it. I think his comment was that the maybe the same farmer guy, the other ones, wasn't too sure about making making pig food as a byproduct of biodiesel. But what I see more in that is the script's been modified now to produce two outputs with an input. So if you wanted to, like the old GTX fermenter silo that output digestate and silage, do that now.
Yeah, you could do some different stuff.
Take an Angus cow, output beef, and oh, there he is in his brand new yellow tractor.
You could do all kinds of stuff now. You could do.
Gosh, sure hope it pulls better.
You could do like a manure separator, where you put manure in and you get out straw and slurry. Because that's what was it Frank was telling us that that's what his farm uses. Is they put the manure and stuff in, and byproduct is like bedding. That's what they have, like their own little bio plant.
Cattle and crops rocking two bass. Is that what you're talking about?
I think it's important.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Find more utilizations for the stuff that is underutilized, like digestate, slurry.
Yeah, Stevie's production at a manure processing plant that made straw and something. Or you took straw and slurry and you made manure or something.
Yeah, I think it was straw and slurry. You made manure.
So it wasn't too hard to add compost as a new field type.
Nah, I use manure old type as a base. Don't get me wrong, doing the particle system's stunk.
I've seen the.
That you just recolor another particle, or
I've seen
well, I guess
the.
not particle, so it's
I guess
right,
the
it's
intro
just-
video to that. It looks
Yeah.
like it's by the same guys that basically make Car Mechanic Simulator and Plane Mechanic Simulator. Honestly, it just looks like
Yeah,
a click
that
through.
script's cool. You can do all kinds of stuff with it.
Where all you end up doing is just clickety
Make a
clickety
whole
click.
series of- and then, like Darren found out, if people could create their own fill types, you pretty much have your production script. Kind of.
So it doesn't look that interesting to me because I'm worried it's just
Make a fill type, and you can make something. Make a fill type.
too click based.
Just kind of go down the line from there.
Click simulator is all they really are, I think.
Who said progress was a bad thing?
Establishment has gotten rich on current status quo.
Let's not start talking about the man. You'll get fired up.
Guy who makes carriages for horses didn't really think the car was that well good a progress, did he?
Stainless and I were talking today about, science fiction, kind of where we're going. We're talking about computers and just how much easier they are to use now, component-wise, than it was, even 10 years ago. And then how much faster and smaller everything keeps getting. We were talking all about kinds of computers. He said all he wishes for is he can have his virtual reality jack into his spinal cord when he's old, so we can ride around in our jazzy chairs and play video games.
That'd be funny. Roy, no news. No new news that I know of. I know they're working on it.
Alright, I got all the manure out of the cow thing.
I know it's not eligible for the mod
So if you're ever
contest,
on and want to mix,
so it's
there's
not like they're waiting on
some
that.
on the ground up here in the bins, and then there's a bunch in the silo too. I usually do a couple loads a day because the price starts dropping. So. Oh, you beat me to the tedder. I'll grab the windrower.
I'm not sure I want to get my brand new 7R, dude.
Darren's got a nice big Challenger 1050 now, so. Big and fancy.
Yeah, no. It depends if is it new news that they announced
Seed inventory.
that they will have basically Gray's mod support built in. I don't know if that's new news to you or not. They announced that week. I don't know when they put that in the seasons thread over at the Farm Sim forums. Hey Chad, what's up? Yeah, today when I put, of course, put the computer fully together yesterday and then stopped because we had to go stream. Tonight, turned it on, got that little issue with the monitor being set to the wrong input fixed. Got it to boot flash drive and put Windows on it. Got the network drivers installed on it. Commenced to start doing some other driver installs, and next thing I know, the screen flashes. And, oh, the graphics driver is installed. I didn't install it. Now it got it itself. Started installing its own drivers.
Was it Windows that was doing it?
Yeah. So it had an internet connection. I guess it's like, oh, I need drivers. Let me go out to Windows Update and find them. Yeah, tell me about it, Richard, when you had to basically inject or add a storage driver to the install because the base installer couldn't see the storage because of the storage controller it was using. We had that problem with Windows 7 at work. Bought a bunch of computers that had M.2 drives, and I figured, well, an M.2 drive is just a fancy SSD that's just connected straight to the board. And what I learned was that Windows 7 didn't natively support M2 drives. Basically had to inject and create new boot media to install Windows 7 on our corporate machines that had the M2 Windows 7 driver embedded in it. Otherwise, I couldn't install Windows 7 because it said it didn't have any storage. Will the load any better?
Like a rocket ship. Thank you, boss.
Figured I better buy one before you go and complain to the labor board. Hey, James. Check you later. Thanks for dropping by. Go. In-cab foraging. Well, I did have some issue getting USB to boot. I'm not a big fan of this UEFI stuff. So I couldn't get it to boot off a flash drive. Though it was set to do it with USB flash as the first choice. I had to go in and figure out how to change it from UEFI boot to legacy. And after I set it to legacy, then guess what? I was able to do what I wanted to do.
I took the drone down to the little field by the cow.
Yeah, well, that's how the system was set. Oh no, I didn't want to disconnect. Making pretty good work of this field. Or these fields. Really working what? 1, 2, 3. We're really working 5 fields here. Oh, well, back in the day, Raz, you used to have IRQs, and you had to set your memory address space. Little plastic jumpers or pins on the expansion card. You only had so many IRQs to work with. And inevitably, usually it was sound card. You get a sound card and it would only want to be on like one of 3 different IRQ settings. And it was like, oh, let's see. Played the game of switching things around so you can free up an IRQ that the card you wanted to add would work with. And then after you did that, just hope that maybe Windows actually worked with the card. And then Plug and Pray came around. And all that went away. You just put the card in and it just magically works somehow. Hopefully. Yeah, Will, the worst that I had to deal with were network cards. Recom network cards.
I like watching those guys build those micro builds. It's the size of a console. It's got just a massively powerful computer.
You need to fix your build. I tried to be helpful and I flipped her up in the
I was watching a video yesterday. Guy he was on a tirade about, I mean, he had like 2 million subscribers. So he's pretty well seated in the YouTube biz for basically computer information and stuff. And the premise of the video was, you're never going to believe why this computer wouldn't boot. And the whole video, he's on this tirade because this company put 75 LEDs on this little SSD drive. And basically, the LEDs were so hot that when they were on, it was cooking the drive to the point where the drive just was shut down. And the computer wouldn't even boot because before the computer could even boot into Windows, it was overheated. And it was like a 12-minute video, and all he could do is just go on this tirade about this drive and how it was the stupidest design ever. And who would put 75 LEDs on a little drive anyway? And it was pretty fun. It's like, clearly this company did 0 product testing on this product.
Probably made somewhere. Just cranks that stuff down.
Richard in chat knows the video I'm talking about. I don't know. I mean, those little LEDs put out some heat. Maybe not individually, but yeah, when you put that many.
Yeah, so cows are damages in here, right?
If you look over to it's, yeah, down by that town.
that another channel? Hardware inboxes. Is guidance steering, Jesse? Get locked in on the course, and then I'll show you the menu.
We're gonna mow these people's yards right
It is guidance steering. It is basically the Farm Sim 19 GPS. Did a how-to video, I think. I did a how-to
Let's see if we can
on how to download and install it and use it.
spot.
It's still in development,
It's in
so
right
it's
here,
over
man.
at GitHub. Let me link you to how-to list, and that should have the video where it gives you the link to the GitHub site
Stop.
and everything.
Less brake force. Real weight.
No, it was me. Full and responding to chat.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. I'm running over everything.
I guess they put out that new mod today that stops your harvester when you're full. I don't know if it works on that thing though.
Yeah, so
I'll just have to wait till this weekend and find it.
how much longer are you thinking on this map?
Oh, until enough people aren't steady on it. Whenever. Switch one.
those would be interesting with the shop owners.
Yeah, I can see the now. Got on to sell crop, and there was a great demand, but its great demand went away before I could even do anything because the shop was closed. Or
I say we do the team challenge, man.
tried to get on before work and didn't sell anything. It's a bad price. Works.
If you do have more coast, though, you'd want. Like you said, there's only really 3 farms. You'd want teammates, you know?
Yeah.
Because even though it's a standard 2x map, these fields are pretty decent size up there.
Folks in chat are talking about their first computer build. I don't remember my first one, but I remember the one I remember the most was an AMD. I think it was a 1 gigahertz chip. An AMD chip. You overclocked it, taking a number 2 pencil and writing on the top of the CPU a dark pencil line between these 2 dots that were on top of the CPU. I had to use a number 2 graphite pencil because it had enough electrical conductivity to actually make the 2 points have an electrical contact. I don't remember what it did. Somehow it let you overclock it to something. Yeah. Early days where you overclocked with a pencil.
I remember my first build, I just did it.
You had a special graphics card just for 3D.
I do remember
The Voodoo card or something.
I was about to say, I do remember that stuff being around. I never really played with it. So I always bought out of the box stuff until I built this one.
I was like, could you buy one that like already made? I was like, why would you? You could, but why?
I'm a professional.
My first gaming PC was a Commodore 64.
I'll get that out of your way. Just
We had one of those around the house. We had an Atari 2600. We had this one computer on the notes of it that had a cassette drive. Used cassette tapes. That one. Yeah, okay.
my first computer was a TRS-80 from Radio Shack.
Was that the all-in-one, like the monitor and everything, or was it?
Yeah, it was goofy.
So I remember a friend of mine had this one. It was really tiny. Had like an 8-inch, maybe a 10-inch screen.
Yeah, and you had to like use MS-DOS to type in all the commands and get used.
Yep, and it had no memory. So once you programmed something and you turned it off, you had to do it all over again.
Our first game was a police game, and it looked like Minecraft. Oh, yeah, it was called Police Quest, and all the officers were blocky and all that.
Wasn't called Leisure Suit Larry?
Well, he came on a little later, and then you don't know Jack.
I remember Leisure Suit Larry. I remember being fourth, fifth, sixth grade or something like that. One of my friends, his dad had it. He was like, "Check this out."
So you tried one of the other war games and you just got drugged back into warships?
I played Warplanes. I'm kind of playing it on and off here. And it was okay. I don't know. World of Warships, I don't know. I just think it's better than the others. I might have a bunch of games on the PC. My son's bought. There's one called Forts. It's like a physics. It's almost like Angry Birds, but with cannons and stuff. It's kind of fun. I don't know. That's just my goof off lately.
I'll be adding some more free games in the giveaway channel Thursday, probably Friday.
To that. Is that where all this stuff is set?
Yeah, that's where all this stuff's set. If you want to
Oops.
grab that windrower, I left it up at the
Went and locked in the course too early.
fertilizer factory. I'm gonna start bringing the hay down off this one field.
Did you or Darren have a chance to check the silage bunkers, Emerald Coast, once they've been vetted?
I think he's gonna add that compost. I'm just gonna wait until he did that. And test all of it.
Yeah, the old IDE drives. I know you were saying earlier, slave and master, and you had to put the little pins in, little jumpers for slave.
So we're gonna need
Oh
this
my gosh,
tedder
those things are
down
awful.
here anymore.
You can take it back up there for now. There's still 2 more grass fields, but I don't know if I'll get up to my on the whole year's do. So there's another field. It's 1, 13, 14, 15. It's all one field up together. And then right next to the biogas plant by the shop, there's a little field right there that used to be forest that I turned into a grass field.
Probably use 77, 78. A little further drive.
Just run trailers and tractors. Leave the truck out of it this time. Take turns.
I got 2 trailers. Oh my god. She got a IT runner trailer.
I got a loading wagon and an IT runner trailer. You can use a loading wagon for chaff too. That's what I love about it.
Oh yeah, back when you had to like define it. Remember that too. Basically, you had to define the drive geometry or whatever you wanted to call it.
Hey, gotta make that hay. Can't wait till seasons. Hopefully adjusts the consumption. Crazy how much stuff you gotta put in for the cow.
I'm sure it's going to do everything that 17s did. Obviously more because of the stuff we've got. Kidding me? You have indestructible corn? I'm going to go ahead and head down to 77. Okay.
Silver, you wanna go help him?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I just need to follow you.
So they're all the way down at the bottom corner. I guess the southeastern corner. You have a trailer, right?
I only have 2 IT rental trailers. I don't have any other
There's
trailers.
a trailer up there at the main plate. So we're up at where the fert mixers are and stuff. Or you can just grab the truck. While you're up there, there's a truck that has a tipper attached to it. You just run the truck next to it if you want. Take your John Deere anywhere. That's where I'm gonna keep pulling this hay off.
You started your business right when I was graduating college. Year I got out of college. Went to work the next day at the college as a tech. Used Norton Ghost and this other product called Picture Taker and something else. I don't know. It's called Image something. Do system imaging and app deployment.
Straight down that road. When you get there, you're gonna take a left. Just kind of follow the mountain. Right? If you ever try to go over that mountain, make sure you have some horsemen. There's a little road that goes through it. It's steep.
Yeah, we pretty much used Ghost for a lot of our stuff until Windows 7 came out. Then Ghost didn't really work so great. Well, that's pretty darn good. So we got a bit of a sinkhole here. This used to be a hill. I'm between both of you. I'm around 300, 320 down, and 12 up. It's 12 up.
Well, it is a good looking track.
Okay, if you're having buyers or not. No, there's a word for that.
Hey, Connor. Care if I buy the map edge real quick just to clean up some hay and stuff that got on the road. So,
Sure. Nobody will know. Nobody watches these streams. Archive.
do you not get views later?
I'm just joking.
I didn't know I never streamed. So.
It's not as many as reported.
But it's a heck of a lot easier.
It is. No video editing, upload times, start and stop the stream and publish the video later.
Someday maybe if I ever build internet out to my house.
I can go 6. I use OBS.
Shoot it at that trailer you sit back there. That's coming in.
I'm kidding you. I use Shadow Play. That's what the GeForce
It's messing with me because your chute's not pointing, and it's pointing directly behind you.
It's. I assume it's filling you, shooting it in your trailer.
Yeah, it's filling me.
Now, OBS is free. It's just probably maybe it might be a little less user friendly to get started with, but it's free. Seems to work pretty good.
So I thought I'd start watching Game of Thrones from the beginning.
Oh, have you not seen it at all?
I watched a couple episodes when it first came out. I watched it.
Reading books.
Two of them. I listened to. I know a little bit about
Yeah,
the first couple seasons because my brother was telling me.
I felt season 1 was about as true to the book as you could get. Wasn't really any real diversion. There were definitely less characters there in the book, but just you can't have a cast of 75 people, you know? We usually watch it at work over lunch break, since kids are going to be going, well, they're going now. They're going to graduate on Saturday. So we'll probably wait. So I think you throw on episode 3. There's only 6 episodes this season. So I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to wait another week or 2. Then we can binge watch over lunch. And about the time we get caught up, they'll hopefully be just about ready to air the last episode, so we're not like, having to sit around and wait. Oh man, what happened? I gotta wait a week. I don't have a mod list for this map.
Yeah, that's what I thought I'd start at now.
Most of the mods are going to be in from my mod playlist, mod review playlist.
I'm just sitting there waiting for something bad to happen. I watch bad things happen.
How close are you?
84.
I don't see your percentage, so
I do. I can see this.
$92. $98. I'll drop this one and grab that one.
like the crone is it's just the, I think it's the Giants crone mod. Not really sure where the Challenger came from, but I'm confident it's probably in the playlist. The IT runner stuff is like a bone crusher over at LS Mod Company, I think. Look. Yeah, bone crusher. Oh, what is it's over at LS Mod Company. Let you change the brand on all kinds of things. Everything's color coded. We're gonna see if I can get this field done in the next 18 minutes.
Magic.
Hey, Raz, you want to jump in Farmer Klein's truck and knock me back?
He's stuck.
Yeah, I stuck her way up on the hill and the trailer fell over and took the tractor with it. She's got too much.
That thing's hung up good.
Yeah, Nick, that's a nice pile of silage I got going there for chaff.
Oh, in there. I thought you were talking about the belt.
Well, I think I could handle that thing.
It's kind of walked up too.
Oh, it wasn't that bad, so you touched it on.
Yeah, it's my fault. Right here, I can.
Full speed, Scotty. She ain't a light rear end.
That worked.
I unhooked it. This one got one.
Start here.
I just hit 60.
Yeah, on the replays, 2 hours is a pretty good commitment on a replay versus sitting and watching and interacting in chat. 2 hours goes by quicker.
Think you can get it, Darren?
I doubt.
Let's see. Hit it. Tail. We can flip it up.
What are you gonna do?
See if you can go up
Same on the finish.
down.
Yeah, if it will start working. Uh-oh.
$94. 97. 98. Well,
Like compost has landed in Florida.
Did he do it?
50,000 liters.
See if I can help you with this one.
I got
It
two.
did the Giants flip over one of them.
I got 1.4 million in this bunker.
Oh, cool.
Sell and
Sad part is, tractor's got better power without the diff locks and crap on. I don't think that.
got 800,000 liters in here. If it's red, it seems to work.
I was hung up terrible. I put it in the green and I could move. Well, you see how far I'm shoving this thing up in there, and it's teetering.
Teetering on the brink of madness.
My guess is probably 5 to 6.
You're seeing the results. It wasn't pretty.
My truck got stuck in a tree the other day. Not around it, up it.
Had 2 million in here, and it was maybe a third of the way up. I get about $10,000 per truckload.
I had nightmares tonight. Farmer Klein's mad at me. He had to reset his trailer for what shape.
Spent nearly $300,000 on some farm machinery for you.
Oh, don't worry. I would have never gotten that much trouble with that one. That pile would look like snail tracks all the way up in through there. Is that other trailer full?
Yeah.
No, since it's on a server, leave it at 1x. Would be wouldn't be very fair to anyone else to have the server set higher. So the clock is at 1 time speed, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And at that point, it jumps to 120x speed from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. So it's going to take quite a while to sell the silage. Look here at our finances screen.
What we'll say, got the bunkers working.
See, basically during the week, I only end up selling about a load a day. Today I was able to get more because we had time advance. Hey, he said he got it added, but now he's opening the map up and see if it chunks.
Well, that'd be his thing. I know what I didn't. And he didn't have to add, all he had to do is slap the file.
I'm at 50%. I think one more trailer is going to hold us. So Richard, back on that drive with all those lights. Are you saying that folks are basically saying that likely a dud drive, or that they haven't seen the same?
Stainless, goodbye. Did you leave
same?
this big long tail leaving my...
You talking about that mess I made? My tailgate got hung up on the side of the wall.
Oh, when you're done.
I want to be full then.
Yeah, those IT runner tippers that thing swings out.
If you get close to the,
You know, so I think it's close as you can.
I can swing it.
Yeah. Here you go, I'll drop his trailer and go in there and get that.
Oh, Darren's up here.
What time it is?
5 minutes. I'd have definitely been done if we didn't have the silage bunker fiasco.
Silage bunker incident.
Stainless gets a nice payday out of this harvest. Still need to pay him for the fields. That's $70,000 for the fields, and then gets paid for the crop. I have to figure out how many loads we brought based on the amount of chaff that's in the bunker. Gonna put a pretty good herd on my bank account until I can get some of that silage sold. Got the map loading with no errors. It's as expected with Aaron work. Nice and industrial silos.
You know, if it was even broken or had any kind of errors, I never would have sent it to him. I even told him about the one glitch. You can look, I don't know, because I had to cheat in compost to test it because there is no such thing. So the manure spreader would never go empty, wouldn't go down. So it was ended.
Oh, I had an endless TMR mixer last 17. I had to mix one load. Genetic fixed that one for me.
Yeah, I think it's just I cheated in.
Where do y'all need this empty?
You just leave the sheds. Where'd this red trailer come from?
It's Raz's.
He's black.
He had me sign for it, so I have to do it now.
Alright, it's full.
Now, come on, I'll put him back on here.
Take that back with me. Well, we've got enough room. We got 1.5 passes and then we're done for the night. Got some fields. Jerry, we need to do. That's all we've got contracted in the spreadsheet. course, you're going to have to change the. Don't forget to change the sell point over from silage to compost. Are you going to leave silage as a sellable item? Right, that is going to do us. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, his own helper. Stop it. Flipping Christmas. Straw for compost. So you just put straw in and blanket it, and then it comes to compost after some time period.
There for a second, I thought I was about to put 4 water out on.
Tough to pull, was it?
Now look how far that Challenger shoved that trailer up on there. I'm going to give you a hard time. I'd rather be driving a green one.
Yeah, but I hadn't put it in 4 water out yet.
We can repaint it.
No. That would cause you probably have a allergic reaction.
He likes the John Deere stuff.
You can have a Challenger that's mint green. One 1,080,000 liters. Stainless is going to get a big payday. Let's figure
Is
this
that
up.
all his?
Yep.
Was that 20 loads?
Seven fields. So I already owe him 70 grand just up front. Let's check this out.
Yeah, you have to remind me. I never even thought about
080,634
counting.
divided by 50,000. It's 21 loads. 21.6 loads. So it's your 0.612 times 1,000. It's 30,000. 0.05. So that's $1,530. Okay, then we have 20 loads at $2,500 a load. It's 1330 is $51,530 plus the 70 grand that I already owe him. $120,000 for planting those 7 fields in corn.
It's a good gig.
All right, let's put this down. 1,500 for all fields. All 7 fields combined. Alrighty. Well, just have to wait for him to come online so we can pay him off. Hey guys, thanks for coming out and watching. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Might be doing Emerald Coast. Might be doing this map. It'll be one of the 2 maps. So until next time, happy farming.